The following video clips are reaction videos from the YouTube channel of Rebecca Barrett and Melanie King. I will put a link to their videos in the description. In fact, many YouTube channels have reacted to this video. But unfortunately, the original video has been taken down. So all we have are reaction videos to the original video.
I think I'm a pretty decent catch. And in terms of what I want for a guy, well, when I was young, I created a long list of all the things that I wanted.
But it says, these are the list: tall, handsome, smart, educated, athletic, outdoorsy, laid back, outgoing, honest, strong, good heart, sense of humor, hardworking, ambitious, sensitive, romantic, good listener, not a jerk, Yankees fan, likes hiking, political beliefs, wants a family, non-smoker, short hair, nice car, good income, has a boat, spousal, higher potential. Wait, what? So she wants to hire a man? Spousal. Okay. Good with computers, can fix cars, recycles, able to build things, likes bad TV, knows plumbing, likes to cook, confident. So, so this is a long list. And I honestly, I think the list probably could be even longer, honestly, if we really try, because women, a lot of times, we like to get into these nitty gritties to try to, create this dream man. And a lot of people say to us, well, like movies and TV and all these other things, they're just fun. They're just escapism. There's a woman on the channel called The Financial Diet, and she does a breakdown of how Sex and the City actually shaped a lot of women's views about money and certain lifestyles. And a lot of women in the comments are just like, she breaks down how financially Sex and the City made no sense. It was impossible to live like that. But a lot of women in the comments like, oh, it's just escapism. Nobody takes it seriously. I remember I missed when Sex and the City was actually on TV. But in my very early 20s, I had never seen it, heard of it. I remember I watched it, and I remember I binge watched it because I had wanted to move to New York. And for me, social media wasn't what it is today. I actually looked at that as though this is how people in New York are, like, this is the life. Now, I knew all the sexual escapades they were having were not for me, but I wanted to live like this, this glamorous kind of lifestyle. Because I will say that early on, I saw that their relationships and all these sexual escapades were just heartbreak and trauma and drama. Very early on, I've been able to kind of discern these things, but I did see, I was thinking, oh, I can move to the Upper East Side and have a great apartment and do this, that, and the other. And the reality was not true. So a lot of people will say, oh, it's escapism. It's not real. It's not how we shape our things. But this list, these types of lists, it comes from the princess fairy tales. It comes from movies and shows. I always say Jerry Maguire's "You Complete Me." That was like a line that so many women longed for. And all of these romantic movies or escapism female TV shows, a lot of us were not taught about relationships, what to look for a man, how to value a man, how to become a wife. We don't know. No one teaches. No one teaches these things for the most part to children. And so we just have to go by what we see and what culture dictates. So when people say, oh, it's not that serious, it's just a song, it's just this. No, culture, especially for us women, it teaches us things. And this is how we shape. This is why our culture and our dating culture has gotten to this place. It didn't happen by accident. Programming has us living in these delusional bubbles of and having expectations that no human could possibly fulfill. Who can live up to this? And honestly, who will want the pressure to fill that list out? We wouldn't even want to do it. We aren't even able to fulfill our own list.
See, this is the problem that women create for themselves, is that they make this extensive 50-item list with all the things a man has to have. And a lot of these things that I'm reading off of this list, and you can also read them yourself, is very materialistic. Have a nice car, have a boat, likes to cook, likes bad TV. These are things that don't necessarily matter in marriage. But this is what she's saying, my future husband. She wants her future husband to have this whole 50-part list down packed before she signs the dotted line. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen. These are unrealistic expectations. And if you're going into a relationship with a list this long, just know you will not find this person. So ladies, having lists like this is not beneficial to you because all you're doing is setting yourself up for disaster. So you need to prioritize the things that actually matter in relationships, not this extra stuff, okay? I just want to make that super clear because this right here is a problem.
There's all sorts of personal qualities and physical attributes and just general skills or possessions that I thought would be useful.
Possessions.
Well, as I'm getting older, this list keeps getting smaller and smaller. The first thing to go was all of those materialistic things. I didn't really care about those. The next thing to go was the skills. They would be useful, but I don't really need someone that's good at computers and cars and construction. So as the list started to dwindle, the problem was I started to feel like I had given up some things that were really important, and I was going to have to settle for somebody that wasn't going to make me happy and maybe wasn't going to treat me very well.
This whole notion of settling and not making you happy and not going to treat you well, that's a bunch of crap. When you have these high expectations, when you have these high standards and you expect a man to tick off all your boxes, then of course you're going to be unhappy. Of course you're going to be unsatisfied. How can you tell someone that you have to be perfect from the beginning to get into a relationship? That's why this woman and a lot of women are single, because you prioritize things that don't actually matter. Also, what are you bringing to the table? What things are you working on? What is your list for yourself that you want your future husband to know about you? We really have to think about this and be very understanding that it's not a one-way street. It's not just what she wants, it's what men want as well. Are you on the list for your future husband? Think about it. It's not a one-way street.
So I backtracked and I came up with the most important things to me. Okay, so I don't care if it's superficial and shallow. I want somebody that's taller than me. I'm 5'10". I am not a small girl, all right? I don't want somebody that's going to make me feel any bigger than I already am. I want somebody that shares my political beliefs, which is not important at all to some people. But I've dated guys with different political commitments, and I've realized that I don't like to argue. And I cannot be James Carville and Mary Madeline. I can't do it. I want somebody that's smart. I'm smart. And I want somebody I can talk to. They don't have to have a PhD necessarily, but they can't be threatened by mine. Basically just somebody that has the general sense of intellectual curiosity and a love for learning. I need somebody that's ambitious and hardworking. I can't respect you if you don't have goals. And then of course, the general sense of humor, kind, honest, laid back, non-smoker, likes cats, etc. So, I don't think that this list is unreasonable. And yet, here I stand, maybe. Single like a slice of Kraft.
The video talked about the unrealistic requirements a man must have before a woman would consider him. The following is my list of demands I must have from a woman. 1. A woman who I think is attractive and who thinks I am attractive. Men do not marry the woman who is the prettiest or the most beautiful. Instead, men marry the woman who is the best for them. This is why a woman who is a 5 or 6 in looks can outshine or outcompete a woman who is a 9 or 10 in looks. 2. A woman who is caring, kind, considerate, and understanding. 3. A woman who knows that our children should go to the best college or university. However, who also understands that academics are important, but also understands that recreational activities are also just as important, such as sports. Sports help to teach a child how to take failure and rejection, and not to give up just because it did not work out. 4. A woman understands that the most important thing you can teach a child is critical thinking. Once a child masters critical thinking, they will be able to figure out most things on their own. 5. A woman who understands that a child needs time to relax and enjoy life, and not just work all the time on academics. 6. A woman that understands that making money, saving money and spending money are all the same things. If she does not understand, is she willing to learn and teach these things to our children? 7. A woman with who I share close or similar political beliefs. I think that my list is the same as most men's. However, I think that these requirements are realistic, and most women can fulfill.